This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and welcome into you. I'm Rebecca Smith.
Hello there, I'm Bill Bryant, and we're glad you're with us on WKYT This Morning on your Thursday, rolling toward the weekend.
Now at 6 a.m. saying goodbye, we'll show you how communities planning to pay tribute to a firefighter who died hours after battling a fire.
Also on WKYT, we're tracking a developing story this morning. A gunshot victim has shown up at a hospital looking for help this morning.
And a warning this morning for anyone ordering something online, why you may want to rethink how you get your packages delivered.
We have a little fog this morning rolling outside, and that's going to be the case for virtually most locations. Very patchy. Just heads up for that. 30s down south, 40s elsewhere. We get into the afternoon, we're going to be talking roughly 60 degrees. It's going to be a nice day, but it gets even nicer towards your weekend. I'll have that in just a few minutes.
Look forward to that. Thank you.
We begin now with a developing story. An overturned pickup causing a traffic alert on the Bluegrass Parkway in Anderson County.
One eastbound and one westbound lane is blocked near mile marker 48 right now. Dispatchers are telling us that a pickup crashed right into the median. Crews are cleaning up diesel fuel at that location. They're hoping to have the lanes reopened soon, but again, a pinch point this morning on the Bluegrass Parkway at mile marker 48.
Well, today dozens of firefighters and first responders will come together to honor one of their own.
30-year-old Zach Clevenger died hours after fighting a fire on Friday night in Estill County, and today a large procession is planned to honor the fire chief. Our Michelle Chamberlain is at the live desk this morning with more on how Clevenger is being remembered. Michelle?
Family, friends, and fellow firefighters will say goodbye this morning to the man they say was born to be a firefighter. The young captain will receive full firefighter honors as well as a flyover during his funeral. The funeral will be at Living Water Church in Mount Sterling this morning at 10 o'clock. The funeral will be followed by a burial at Lucas Cemetery in Beattyville. We're told the procession will take place at 11:10, leaving the church and visiting 2 fire stations. The route will start on the outer loop of Indian Mound Drive from Kentucky 11 to US 60 East and will end on the outer loop of Indian Mound from North Maysville to Kentucky 11 before his body is taken to Lee County for his burial. Clevenger had worked with the Montgomery County Fire Department for years and died early Saturday morning, hours after helping fight a fire in Estill County. The coroner said his autopsy shows his death was heart-related. Now, the family requests in lieu of flowers that you make a donation in honor of the young captain to a local fire department to support training activities. At the live desk, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Michelle, thank you. And developing news this hour. Lexington police say a man drove himself to the hospital after being shot in the face. The man has shown up at Baptist Health on Nicholasville Road about 4 o'clock this morning. Police say it appears the man was shot while in his SUV. They're not sure exactly what happened. They're trying to figure out the circumstances. Despite being shot in the face, though, police say the man's injuries apparently are not life-threatening. Visitation is today for a 6-year-old boy who was stabbed to death during a home invasion. Logan Tipton's visitation will be at 2 o'clock this afternoon at Clark Funeral Home in Versailles. And tomorrow's funeral has been moved to a larger venue because of the expected crowd. It will now be at the community stadium at Falling Springs Recreational Park. Meanwhile, the man accused in his murder is eligible for the death penalty. A grand jury indicted Ronald Exantis for capital murder, as well as burglary and 3 new counts of assault.
State police are investigating a double murder in Clay County. It happened on Birchall Hollow Road just north of Manchester. A man and woman were found shot to death outside a home. So far, no one has been arrested.
As of right now, I don't know of any suspects. They're currently doing interviews right now, talking to friends and neighbors in the area. So it's an ongoing active investigation.
Well, police identified the victims as 64-year-old Leon Jackson and 65-year-old Shirley Jackson.
Well, it's something that many of us have done, especially this time of year, of course. That is, order something online, have it delivered then to your house. You may not be the only one, though, who is waiting for that package to arrive. At
least one Central Kentucky Police Department right now looking into a case of a porch pirate who stole a package right from the victim's doorstep. WKYT's Mark Barber is live for us in Richmond this morning with a look at the suspect.
Good morning, Rebecca. And police here in Richmond this morning are saying not only are they looking at one porch pirate, they say there is also a second one out there making the rounds there. Now, police are now asking the public to help them track down these thieves who are targeting porches, taking Christmas presents. Last week, police put up this woman's picture on Facebook. They plastered it online. It was seen more than 1,000 times. They say that she was taking those packages. Now, yesterday, they say another man started taking packages. Officers say the thieves were caught on camera, acting like real Grinches, snatching Christmas packages from porches. The most recent crime happened on Mahaffey Drive yesterday. And before that, a woman swiped packages from a home on Park Drive. The package problem is not just a Richmond problem. We are also getting reports into our newsroom this morning about package thieves possibly targeting a neighborhood in Lexington. When the crooks are caught on camera, like they are here in Richmond, police say they need your help identifying them. They are asking the public to call them if they recognize their pictures. So is there anything you can do before it gets to that point to keep these from targeting your door? There are a few tips that you can learn from maybe. We'll have that advice from police coming up for you on WKYT News at 6:30. Live in Richmond, Mark Barber, WKYT.
I'll be interested to hear that.
Right. One thing would be keep a lookout, you know, and have your neighbors do the same. Watch after each other.
Well, the Kentucky Wildcats back on the winning track.
UK knocked off their neighbors, EKU, last night in Rupp Arena. It was a game of runs, though. Just when it looked like Kentucky would blow the lead wide open, the Colonels suddenly found a way to fight and claw back. Senior Alex Porthras finished with a double-double for UK, 21 points and 13 rebounds, his best game of the season. And Kentucky pulled away late in the second half. The final score, 88-67. Well, we love this story. A Laurel County couple says nearly a dozen puppies they rescued from a home are going to be okay.
Chuck Young says he heard the puppies crying inside a collapsed house not far from his home. That's where he found 11 puppies. Unfortunately, Mom was dead. Many of the animals were dehydrated, so he gave them water with a syringe. The couple recorded the sweet encounter on their cell phones. A representative for the Kentucky Humane Society says all 11 puppies are being cared for in foster homes in Louisville. They are adorable.
Cute little story. All together now.
A day is great if you can start it with cute little puppies, Micah.
You got that right. Time this morning is 6:07 on WKYT.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
You know, any zone you go to this morning, north, south, east, or west, you're going to be running into some patchy fog this morning. That's the only thing you'll have to contend with this morning. It's not very widespread, but very patchy here and there. Just know that if you go over the waterways, over those bridges, that's the main areas that we're mostly concerned about. That's where you're going to see most dense fog. But parkways, BG Parkway, which we have an incident there on the parkway. We'll get to that in just about 2 minutes for you. But also Cumberland Parkway, Hal Rogers, Mountain Parkway, 64, 75, all the major highways. Still going to be running into some fog. And you can kind of see that on Lexington and Frankfort. Here in the Bluegrass region, it's been kind of coming and going, hitting and miss as I traveled off into work and also looking there on the sky cams. It's just like here and there. So it's just one of those things you're going to have to deal with this morning. It's not all that bad, though. 60 degrees by the afternoon. That's a really nice day. It's 15 degrees above average as we stay dry. Friday, you can see that. Little blips here and there, and that just shows you there is a small chance of rain. Much like yesterday. Yesterday, not many of us actually picked up some rain. It was just a small chance, and that was down toward the southeast, and that's where we basically saw a few drops here and there. That's going to be the case for Friday, so most stay dry, just can't rule out an isolated shower or two. Saturday, most stay dry again, can't rule out an isolated shower or two. And then here comes that system barreling in here for the weekend. Now that gets into Sunday. Sunday still looks pretty dry. Sunday day, okay? There's 3 p.m. Look at your timestamp. Look where the rain is. Now that's some pretty nasty weather right there. That's more than likely some severe weather as you look back toward the west. But for us, it's mainly just going to be some showers, some heavy rain, and some pretty strong winds, 30, 40 mile per hour wind gusts. But in terms of severe weather, as of right now, I don't see that happening whatsoever. Only a few thunderstorms expected. But then we head off into Sunday night into Monday. That's when that kind of moves on in. So you can see kind of the breakdown. Most of your weekend stays mainly dry, especially during those daylight hours. Record highs, though, Bill. I mean, we're talking temperatures sitting there in the upper 60s, lower 70s. If we do that, we're going to break records on Saturday and on Sunday. This is not just some abnormally warm temperatures. These are record temperatures. Yeah. And not just record temperatures. You said earlier this morning, I was telling you, it was about 142 years ago.
Yeah.
You said the president at the time.
Would have been Ulysses Grant.
It's crazy. That's crazy. That's a long time ago. It's a long time ago.
I'm telling you.
Big record.
It is amazing. Yeah. So here we go into a very warm weekend, it looks like. 6:09 right now. Each morning we bring you weather and traffic together. Here's Officer Don with a look at what is happening out there on the roads. Good morning, Don.
Hey, good morning. Overall, we're okay. We've got one issue that we've been talking about this morning, but the overall picture of traffic flow on the interstate looks pretty good. No problems on Manor or the Circle. We do have one crash, like I said, to talk about on Bluegrass Parkway. It's an overturned pickup truck. It's near the 48. It's blocking one eastbound and one westbound lane of the parkway. So that's something that we're dealing with this morning. Police are getting traffic past that, but still, as we can see, you're going to have an issue there because of that until they can clear it here in the next few. Now, as far as our drive times go, other than that situation, should be good to go. Inbound from Nicholasville, no problems coming in from Richmond, Madison County this morning. Also coming in from, looks like Winchester is about 22 minutes. From Paris, you're dealing with about 19. Now back to you in the studio. Okay, pretty good ride in for most folks this morning. Everybody be safe, get in there, make it a good day.
Yeah.
Good to have you with us. 6:10 is the time on WKYT this morning. A lot more news coming up.
So beef between a taxi driver and an Uber driver in Canada caught on camera. The story behind the shocking video in 5 minutes.
The Insurance Institute of Highway Safety names the 2016 vehicles with the best crash safety ratings. I'm Chris Martinez in Los Angeles. We'll tell you which cars and trucks made the cut coming up.